I welcome you all on this very special occasion of 135th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Today, I would like to deliberately talk about a very well-known slogan of Baba Saheb: educate, agitate and organize. This was his clarion call to mobilize the Dalits against their exploitation. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, born in an untouchable Mahar family, had a first-hand experience of the utter humiliation, discrimination and exploitation the Dalits had to face in their day-to-day lives due to the rigid caste system and untouchability in Indian society. The starkest predicament of the Dalits was the absolute lack of basic civic liberties, which are essential to lead a fulfilled and dignified life. They were denied the basic rights to life, dignity, freedom of expression, livelihood, occupational mobility, and equality. Therefore, Dr. Ambedkar strived hard throughout his life to liberate the Dalits from the clutches of Brahminical Hindu orthodoxy. Unlike the other reformers, thinkers, and leaders who saw the problem of caste just as a social problem to be rectified, Baba Saheb, with his reflective analysis, argued that the caste issue was not just a social issue, but essentially a political one. The caste system determined not only the social position of Dalits, but also decided their access to economic and political power. The caste denied the Dalits a position of human dignity and completely excluded them from the public decision-making process. Therefore, the problem of caste was to be analyzed holistically, and its annihilation required a total systemic change. Dr. Ambedkar evolved a multi-pronged strategy to do the same. Dr. Ambedkar's clarion call, educate, agitate and organize, was part of an important strategy for the Dalit movement in pursuit of civil liberties. For Ambedkar, education was a tool for empowerment. It allowed individuals to self-actualize with dignity. It was a stepping stone towards realizing the goal of being recognized as socially equal despite being economically underprivileged. For Baba Saheb, social discrimination can be meaningfully combated through education, because education does not just help in gaining knowledge, but it empowers a person to stand against injustice. His journey to Europe and America in pursuit of education made him realize that education is a powerful tool to effectively challenge the roots of artificial social segmentation in the form of caste system. Only through education, the Dalits can be politically ideologically equipped to understand that the introduction of caste system and the graded inequality embedded in it was meant to strengthen the social order favorable to the caste Hindus, that is the upper caste Hindus. To achieve these goals, Dr. Ambedkar had established People's Education Society, through which many schools, colleges and hostels were started. Agitate. Agitation for Dr. Ambedkar was not just a peaceful democratic tool to demand one's rights. It was a mental process of thinking, reflecting upon the injustices perpetrated against one's community and be restless about it. He was well aware that the Dalits needed to engage in various kinds of movements and agitations to demand their civil rights. He himself was involved in many such agitations, including the Mahar Satyagraha of 1927, where he and his followers drank water from a community tank that was prohibited for them, burning of Manusmriti in 1927, which was a powerful symbolic rejection of the caste system, and Kalaram Temple Entry Satyagraha of 1930, etc. Dr. Ambedkar was very clear about the purpose of temple entry movement. He clearly stated, "I did not launch the temple entry movement because I wanted the depressed classes to become worshippers of idols which they were prevented from worshipping, or because I believed temple entry would make them equal members in and an integral part of the Hindu society. I started temple entry satyagraha only because I felt that it was the best way of organizing the depressed classes and making them conscious of their position." He used it to create an awareness among the Dalits about the discrimination being done against them and to awaken and energize them to fight for their civil liberties. Organize. Dr. Ambedkar insisted that Dalits must unite and organize themselves through civil and political institutions in order to fight for their equal rights and civil liberties. He established various organizations for creating political awareness among the Dalit movements such as Bahishkrut Hitkarani Sabha in 1924, Samaj Samta Sangh and Samata Sainik Dal in 1927, various conferences of the depressed classes, Independent Labour Party in 1936, All India Scheduled Caste Federation in 1942, and finally the announcement of the Republican Party of India, which was formed after his death. With the help of such civic and political organizations along with newspapers such as Mook Nayak and Bahishkrut Bharat, Janta and Prabuddha Bharat, he sought to unite, organize and awaken the Dalit masses to fight for their rights. It is through these efforts and his advocacy at Simon Commission and roundtable conferences he could achieve political representation for the Dalits. It becomes clear from the above discussion that Dr. Ambedkar's appeal to educate, agitate and organize was a well laid out strategy for the Dalit movement to achieve civil liberties. Through these methods, to use Eleanor Joliet words, the Dalits were urged to choose the way of modernization rather than Sanskritization in the quest for their civil rights. Thank you.